Fellow Ergotians, I've been in a creation slump. I've been taking in information, but I haven't been doing anything with it. You know how my usual process for making a video has gone for the past year? I've got an idea. Look at all these ideas! I'm gonna write down my idea. This idea sucks. So you know what? I'm going to create something. I thought that in order to spur this feeling of creation, I would create a video to share with you what it feels like to make something and to share it with others, and why even if I don't consistently hold to these ideals, I hope that you might. Because there is value in creation, like no other. You have this feeling of ultimate expression, felt in the blood and felt along the heart of an aspect sublime, that mood in which the burden of the mystery, in which the heavy and the weary weight of all this unintelligible world is lightened, and you feel as if you've created something, as if you've taken from sublime everything and pulled out a little Lego brick and said, "This is for you." But damn, is it difficult to let yourself make stuff. It's not without moderately good reason that I've neglected to finish so many videos. My course load looks like this. But I can't dismiss myself from the pull that I feel to make videos, something stronger and more real than the feeling of writing an essay about a poem or Japanese bathhouse tradition. Both have value, but one is going to be seen and scrutinized by people, and the other is going to be graded by my professor. In expressing ourselves, we need to exercise not only expressing so that an expert in literature can understand us, but also in speaking as experts so that people who specialize differently can understand us. That is what speech making is. That's what making videos is. And that is what I endeavor to exercise in making videos, the art of being understood. But it's a dual process. What we say can really often amount to bullshit. But it's positive to be called out on our bullshit because it gives us an opportunity to rethink our premises and become more true to ourselves and to the world. If I just pour through my old videos, I can find a lot of examples of this. The biggest and most cringy for me is the pretentious and fake deeper voice I used to use a few years ago.
A tear, a Doran's blade, and potions. You need them all.
I wasn't being true to who I was as a person, and a lot of people called me out on it. They said the voice didn't feel right, and they were right. Lo and behold, I stopped bullshitting myself over who I was or the voice of this persona, and that complaint mostly stopped. I also started getting a lot less views, but that's another thing. On a related note, no matter how bad the criticism I receive from others, I am the worst critic of my own self. Because a feeling of self-generated inadequacy is going to hit a lot harder than someone saying shit about you. I've been called a really boring psychologist, awkward and funny, posh and weird. One of the things that stuck with me was when someone told me I sounded like a pretentious Captain Picard and I was trying too hard. Well, shit. I kept doing that voice for a long time, and I almost decided to stop using my voice in videos because, to be honest, I did feel that fakeness. I didn't necessarily need others to say it to realize that I had that problem, but it was only by listening to these comments and listening also to the positive comments that I realized in what I was doing there was some good and some bad, and I should not let my crippling insecurity cripple my voice. Instead, I should overcome it and continue to make videos. So I continued, and eventually I learned to be a little bit more true to myself. And I also learned to keep making shit, no matter what. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Now, I realized something. I've been spending a lot of time in college, learning new things and bettering myself. But if I don't make something with what I'm learning, it's not going to matter. And if I wait until after I've graduated to make something, then I'll have forgotten most of it. The beauty of sharing, well, one of the beauties of sharing is that through it, we gain a greater grasp of what we learned. To emphasize that point, a funny story about teaching. I took a single semester long class on yoga. Do note, I'm not in the least bit flexible. And I got the health and wellness club on campus to donate yoga mats to the club I was president of, which had a neat little club room and a terrace overlooking the rest of the college. I started to invite people to yoga. First, I used an app on my iPad and a speaker to direct it, and then I started teaching on my own for whatever reason. And the next thing I knew, I was hired by a local fitness studio that needed a yoga teacher. Despite having upfront explained my distinct lack of qualifications, they still took me because I was providing a service a little better than what you get from the crazy mystics on Craigslist who don't know a thing about yoga. And I was working hard, studying, practicing to make myself better at it. What I learned from that is even if you're not great at something, you can find a niche producing something that some people might like. And that's a jumping off point. The more you do that thing, the better you'll get at it. And the more opportunities you'll find in it. All you have to do is start sharing what you know. There will be somebody out there who thinks it's gold. And the ones that don't, that say you suck and say that what you produce sucks, probably to some degree have a point. That doesn't mean you should stop creating, it means you should think more about how to make it better and make more. It's the only way we get better. Finally, creating something and putting it out there puts us in a unique position in the community. It sets us apart as a voice, an image, an idea, a champion, a build that others might like, cling to, and support. But what we're doing isn't much more of a leap than what countless LoL players are already doing. They're playing the game. Content creators are just going a step further and talking about it. It's not a big leap. It's just a little bit more work. But if you're willing to put in the work for an idea that you care about, somewhere, somehow, you're going to find an audience. It might be 30 people, it might be 30,000. Streaming for even 10, 15 people has been, for me, an incredible experience. I've learned that there can be so much more depth in a decentralized approach where we work more closely with each other than what might come with working with thousands of people. Because it may not be possible to touch 1,000 people's thinking as powerfully as just one person's thinking, working one-on-one. So even if what you create is only shared with a couple people, do it anyway. It'll feel good, as if you're sharing a part of yourself that maybe is a nugget of gold. 2, be a worthwhile exercise in speaking to be understood. 3, test your bullshit. If you listen, even among throngs of supporters, you're going to find someone who thinks you are the worst. And when you do, you should listen to them and consider what they have to say. Deep down, if it's true, part of you has probably already recognized this, and this will help you change for the better. It's helped me improve drastically. Share what you're best at, even if it isn't great, even if you don't have the qualifications. Some people will like it. Maybe it'll affect them. Maybe it'll ring true. Those who don't like it will be a great motivator to improve. So, I hope to make more videos. I hope that making this video has convinced me to make more videos. And most of all, I hope that it's convinced you to make something too. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribe. If you didn't enjoy this video, please leave a comment. I'll really appreciate any feedback. And thank you, Honorable Ergotians, and have a good day.